Hey everyone, it's Argonath here from The Right Way, and came across this amazing article about the Salvation Army, and it's gone fully woke and calling all their white donors that are part of the Salvation Army racist. Oh my God, this is absolutely terrible. So I didn't have a read of this. Again, before we start, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you don't like the video, you're welcome to give it a thumbs down. And if you like my content, please subscribe as well. So what's going on here at the Salvation Army? So this is from the Salvation Army in America. Obviously for in other countries it might not be as bad as this, but you can bet your bottom dollar once it starts appearing in the American organisation, it'll filter through to other countries like us here in New Zealand and in Australia and other places around the world. So, along with coins this Christmas, the Salvation Army wants white donors to offer a sincere apology for their racism. This is pretty amazing. It's an amazing thing to call your white donors this. So let's have a look. The Salvation Army wants its white donors to give it more than just money this Christmas season. Its leadership is also demanding they apologize for being racist. It's part of a push by the Christian charitable organisation to embrace the ideas of Black Lives Matter, an activist group working to among other things, dismantle white privilege, and disrupt the Western prescribed nuclear family. Why would the Salvation Army want to go along with a group that wants to disrupt the Western prescribed nuclear family structure? That is the best thing you can do to give kids the best help they can to succeed in life, is to have a nuclear family with two parents, whether they're male or female, or two men or two women, whatever it is, two parents, and being brought up in a loving family. Why would you want to align yourself with some group that wants to disrupt that? Salvation Army, can you answer that? Their leadership has created an International Social Justice Commission. So obviously this is international, it's coming everywhere, which has developed and released a resource to educate its white donors, volunteers and employees called Let's Talk About Racism. It asserts Christianity is institutionally racist. So if you're a Christian, you are institutionally racist, basically. Calling for white Christians to repent and offer a sincere apology to blacks for being antagonistic to black people or the culture, values and interests of the black community. So basically, if you're white, no matter what you've actually done in your life, you are racist and you need to repent for being racist, even if you've actually never done anything racist in your life. Many people have come to believe that we live in a post-racial society, but racism is very real for our brothers and sisters who are refused jobs and housing, denied basic rights, and brutalized and oppressed simply because of the color of their skin. One lesson explains, there's an urgent need for Christians to evaluate racist attitudes and practices in light of our faith and to live faithfully in today's world. Why are you just talking about white people though? Because racism comes from all races. In fact, I am not white. I am a different ethnicity here in New Zealand, and during my life, the most racism I've encountered in my life is from non-white people, actually. Right? So don't just go calling about only white people are racist, because there are lots of people that are racist that are not white as well. In an accompanying study guide on racism, Salvation Army authors explain that all whites are racist, even if they don't realize it. So even if you don't realize it, unfortunately, you are racist. You are so racist if you're a white person. All whites are racist. That is the meaning of racism right there. To call a whole group of people, to make them about something just based on the color of the skin, is racist. Salvation Army, you are racist towards white people by calling them racist, because you're denigrating everyone because of the color of their skin, which is the whole definition of racism. The subtle nature of racism is that people who are not consciously racist easily function with the privileges, empowerment and benefits of the dominant ethnicity, thus unintentionally perpetuating injustice, it says. So are there no actual poor white people in America? I'm sure that there are lots of poor white people in America, so their privilege, in quotes, hasn't done anything for them, have they, Salvation Army? Sunday school curriculum that only uses white photography and imagery is an example given that perpetuates injustice. I'm not part of the Salvation Army. I don't go to their classes or anything, so I have no idea whether that's true or false. But maybe that could be something they could tidy up a bit. But it doesn't mean that all white people are racist. We must stop denying the existence of individual and systemic institutional racism. They exist and are still at work to keep white Americans in power. So Americans are so racist that for 2 terms they voted in a black president of America. Now, for that black president to get voted in, not just black people needed to vote for him, but he needed a huge amount of white people to also vote for him as well. So if you're saying that all white people have some form of racism, why did they actually vote for a black president? Kind of breaks that, doesn't it? These systems give privileges to white people. Again, there are lots of white people who are not privileged. They are very poor. They get by just like there are lots of black people as well. It's not white or black. It's poverty comes from different things than just the color of your skin. Sure, there probably is racism. There is racism everywhere. There's racism to whites. There's racism to blacks. There's racism to Hispanics. There's racism to Maori people in New Zealand. There's racism to Indian people, and so on. And it comes from all other races as well. It's just there is racism. You'll never get around. Everyone has, as we say, a little bit of racism. It's not just one group of people, though, in saying all white people. So of course, this has caused a huge backlash from people that actually donate to the Salvation Army. And obviously that if you're a white person, you're not going to take too well to being called a racist for just the color of your skin, even though you might not have actually done anything. So this is absolute ridiculousness for the Salvation Army. And I've just just read a couple of other articles that just came out just recently in the last couple of hours or so, that they are now pulling their study guides about racism to try and look at it and see what things they can improve on it, because obviously people are not very happy to be called racist when there is no proof that they are actually racist. You just called a whole bunch of people racist based on the color of their skin, you idiots at the Salvation Army. All I can say is get woke, go broke. Right? If I was ever thinking of donation to the Salvation Army, I'm not going to be doing it now. I will happily donate to some other form of charity, but Salvation Army, you won't be getting any money from me anymore if you're going to be peddling this kind of rubbish sentiment towards a group of people based on the color of their skin, which is the definition of racism. Even if it's reverse racism, it is still racism. I'd love to know what you think in the comments section. Are you a Salvation Army donor? What do you think of what's going on? That would be really interesting to know. So again, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you don't like the video, you're welcome, give it a thumbs down. And if you like my content, please subscribe as well. Hopefully I will catch you in the next video.